Hello and welcome to the Clavinova training video. I'm Andrew Lindloff and I'm just going to be walking you through the aspects of the Clavinova and what will be expected of you when you operate the Clavinova for a worship service. It's not difficult and we'll cover all the different aspects today. Thank you for volunteering in this way. One thing that will be expected is that you get into church and you're at the Clavinova 6 to 10 minutes before church so that you can play the pre-service music. So plan on getting to church a little bit early, getting at the Clavinova, getting it set up, turned on, and ready to go. It's also helpful for our crew in the sound booth to hear the music playing to make sure that everything's good with the sound. Okay, here's the Clavinova, and this is what it'll look like when you come up to it. Open it up. You can remove this felt pad. I'll just set it over here. And then we'll turn it on. Hold that for just a second and you'll see things start to light up. You'll see the screen come on here, and this is a touch screen. You'll notice that the USB drive is plugged in. This is where our music comes from. Don't need to do anything with that, but that'll be there already, and that's what we're playing from. So again, this is a touch screen here. And I'll just go through how you get to the music. So we're going to press this button here. And then we've got some tabs across the top. We're going to go to here, this MIDI tab. And then we're going to look for a USB 1. That's our USB drive that I said was plugged in. So the way that it'll appear is the folder will be dated for whatever day you're playing. So we're just going to look at some different examples, but you'll just look for the date that applies to you. So let's look at one example here of how this is structured. So as you pull it up, the hymns are numbered, or the liturgy is numbered. You can see here that'll be the first hymn, and you can highlight it, and then this is going to be our play button here, and we'll go through that a little bit further. So all the hymns are numbered, 1, 2, in this case 3. And then the music that is for pre-service is labeled pre. Music for post-service is labeled post. So these would be the two hymns that you're playing before church. These are the two hymns you'd be playing after church. So let's say I'm in church 6 to 10 minutes early, and I'm getting ready to play the pre-service music. I've got my song highlighted, and I press play. So this is one of our simpler services, but it gives you an example of how it's going to be structured and how you'll see it. You don't have to do anything with the volume here. That should already be set, so don't worry about that. None of these other buttons you need to worry about. It'll all be ready to go. It'll just be selecting the right hymn or liturgy file and then pressing play. So let's say it's during church and you want to get ready for that next hymn but not play it. You can just have it highlighted by touching lightly, and now you're ready to go as soon as that hymn is needed. And most of the hymns we try and have an introduction so that everyone can kind of hear the music. So we're going to back out of this, and then we'll look at another example here. Not that one. Okay, so here's a little bit more complicated service. Again, things are just going to be numbered in the order that they need to be played. So, for example, we've got our number 1 or our first opening hymn, and then looks like here we've got another hymn, and then we've got part of our liturgy service here, but it's number 3. So you just follow along. Again, you have pre-service and post-service music. So, again, we got to that file by looking at the date and then just highlighting that with the touch of our finger here, and then we're ready to play. So as I mentioned, most songs will have an intro so that everyone can hear that. And yeah, that's about it. You don't have to worry about any of these other buttons. USB drive just stays there. When you're done, we'll just hold the off button for a second there. It'll say turning the power off. While it's doing that, we've got our felt pad here. Felt pad is back on. We'll close this up and you're all done. Thanks.